ke Maina ene se ke ha re bue ka tsa science le Maina. Hi, my name is Maina and this is Let's Talk Science with Maina. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're keeping warm in this cold weather. So we're going to be going through what I call the cell series, which means we won't try to cover the cell in one video. We're going to go through it bit by bit, piece by piece. We're going to be starting with the cell wall. But before we get into the cell wall and its three wonderful layers, I just want us to go through a little bit of background, right? So the cell theory was developed by Schwann and Schleiden in 1839, and their theory says that the cell is the basic building block. Like I said the last time, we're gonna start with the cell, the basic building block of life. So that's what they say. And they say that new cells are created by old cells dividing into two. That is what we call cell division, which we'll get to talk about later, where we get to talk about mitosis and meiosis. And they also tell us that cells carry our DNA, which my dear will call Dana. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the cell wall. So the cell wall has three layers, which is the middle lamella, the primary cell wall, and the secondary cell wall. So the middle lamella, we find it just outside the cell wall. It's a thin membranous layer which is found outside the cell wall, and it is made up of pectin, which is a carbohydrate that is water soluble. It's a group of carbohydrates that are water soluble that have to do with the plant cell. So this shows us that the plant cell is the one that has the cell wall. Then its function, it is to separate one cell from the other, as we know that it is just outside the cell wall. It's a thin membranous layer that you just find outside the cell wall. And we also get to talk about the primary cell wall. So the primary cell wall is found in the middle lamella. So I tried to do a color coding here whereby I used red for the middle lamella, and then blue for the primary cell wall, and then purple for the secondary cell wall. So for the middle lamella here, I used red, so that it can be clear that it's relatable to the middle lamella. So the second one we have is the primary cell wall. The primary cell wall is found inside the middle lamella. So I did a color coding for the three layers. I used red for the middle lamella, blue for the primary cell wall, and purple for the secondary cell wall. And the black is for keynote of things that I should remember. So we're saying that the primary cell wall is found inside the middle lamella, and it is made up of cellulose. So cellulose are key structural components. There are also is a polysaccharide that is made up of monosaccharides linked together, and monosaccharides are sugars, glucose, fructose, malactose, which I think are covered in the grade 10 content. And it helps with providing structural support, mechanical support, and also maintains the shape of the plant cell. So when we're going to be looking at the differences between the plant cell, and the animal cell, we know that the plant cell has a cell wall, and that helps to maintain its shape. Then we look at the animal cell, which doesn't have a cell wall, so it has an irregular shape. Then we go to the secondary cell wall, which is found alongside the cell membrane, like not too far away from the cell membrane, and it is also made up of cellulose that are thick and tough, and they're held together by pectin. And pectin is also a carbohydrate which helps with water solubility, as it allows water to pass through. But we will have a deeper discussion about how water moves in the plant cell when we get to talk about the cell membrane. And the secondary cell wall also provides mechanical support. Mechanical support has to do with the shape of the plant cell and the structure of the plant cell. So I'm really glad that you joined me today, and I hope I was not going too fast. And I hope to see you next time. Stay shiny.